Panayotis for the family, for your mother, and for friends. Panos, right?
Panos, yes.
Panos, welcome on stage at Forbes Innovation Forum. PMI has been going through a huge transformation over the past years, coming from what we call the classic cigarette to the devices like the one you're holding in your left hand, the IQOS, which we've probably all heard of, and other new devices. Tell us, what's the role of innovation in this major transformation for the company?
First of all, I'm very glad to be here and given the opportunity to speak about this subject. Innovation is one of the favorite things of mine. And to be honest, it was the reason why I joined the project as well, because I'm 6-7 years with the company. And it is exactly in the heart of this transformation happening. So innovation is all about changing traditional habit, harmful, and disrupting it into a better option. And this is exactly what innovation is for us. Not managing cigarettes, but actually replacing them. Look, there are currently in the world about 1 billion smokers. Maybe more because we don't control, but at least this one is measurable. And this number doesn't seem to decline by itself. So the question is not whether a change is needed, it is how fast we can provide better alternatives in order to move out adult smokers outside of cigarettes. I would say that right now 41 million users exist of SFP products, of smoke-free products. 34 of them, they are using IQOS. And the majority of them has completely moved cigarettes out of their life. And this is happening because we are being active right now already in 100 countries. We already take more than 41% of our revenues from the smoke-free products. So this is how innovation immediately moves things. And this is what it is for us. Replacing cigarettes, not redesigning them.
Now, we're talking about innovation in terms of business and in terms of growth, as you can see from the headline. And you recently presented in Brussels a report on the economic effect of this transformation in innovation. Can you tell us more about the insights of the report?
Of course. This transformation, although for us is coming from the fact of how can we affect better public health, being part of this industry, it cannot be neglected that this transformation is an economic force as well. Okay? So a few numbers here might be of interest, and they are quite tangible because between 2019 and 2023, we have contributed more than 289 billion euros in the EU, out of which 180, I think, in taxes. We have, at the same time, I think it was 23 already, the first number hit, it was 1 million jobs supported by PMI into EU. So these are real impactful numbers that they show, let's say, that public health can go hand to hand with economic growth, and this is what exactly happening.
Yeah, and I would add that in general, if you decrease the number of smokers of classic cigarettes, this would actually...
But this is exactly the purpose, taking it out of the picture.
Exactly. Now, you mentioned this report on the EU level. Can we go deeper into what is happening here in Bulgaria? Because obviously we're here.
Very happy to discuss about this because I'm part of it for the last 6 years, as I've told you. For Bulgaria is actually not following up into this transformation. Bulgaria is actually co-creating, and I would say it belongs to the part of the countries that they have the most progressed stage of transforming into smoke-free products. We are growing with double digits year on year right now, and we are actually launching different products in our effort to eliminate completely the possibility that you will go back to combustion and cigarettes. From the beginning of our journey here in Bulgaria, we have taken on out of cigarettes about 450,000 adult smokers, and now they are users with very high levels of conversion. And this is generating an actual impact as well, since we're discussing about economic effects. Philip Morris is contributing 2.4%, if I remember correct, of the total national tax revenue, and more than 10% in the excise tax revenue. So this is something that is contributing clearly to the society, and behind that, we are about 180 professionals working into the country daily with a purpose, and it has been measured that one job of PMI, and it has been measured in a European level, is actually producing about 6 other jobs into the market. So you can multiply, and you can see already how many opportunities we create in Bulgarian market. So we are very happy that we are having this kind of impact, positive, and that the project is going very well.
You mentioned almost 500,000 Bulgarians switched.
Yes.
What's the secret?
The secret, very good question. The secret is actually to care. I will say it is actually to care. First of all, it comes from the fact that you have a very good product which is designed in order to address responsibly the needs of your consumer, the consumer who take a decision not to quit smoking, okay? So product definitely is good. I was listening before the other speakers. Culture. Culture is extremely important, and I agree with them. Culture is what it makes change. Of course, big companies, big resources, they can move things much easier than smaller companies. But if you don't have the culture and you don't believe into this change, you are not going to make the change. And this is something that starts from within. Hence, we are discussing about the PMI transformation, because we need to transform first to bring the transformation to the society on that subject. And this is something that it went well in Bulgaria. Bulgarians, and I consider one of them, me as well, I'm after so many years, I want to be here, they have passion, okay? And because they have passion, if this transforms into ownership, miracles happen, and that was not a miracle, but it was a very, very successful business that we have done.
Panos, you mentioned also some huge numbers in terms of tax revenue paid. On the EU level, more than 180 billion euros. You mentioned also 4.5% of the tax revenue in Bulgaria comes from PMI's business. These are really huge numbers. Can you tell us whether the regulations or regulation changes can support your innovation and business?
That's a very important subject, because in several discussions I had about the subject, innovation can flourish when it has the proper regulation behind. Okay, so what we ask overall, it is not a preferential treatment, but a smart policy. A smart policy based on, at the end of the day, what's in stake here and what you want to do. If our target is to eliminate cigarettes, we will need to regulate accordingly. And when I say accordingly, I mean that combustion and cigarettes is not the same product like IQOS or like other platforms on the SFP. It doesn't have the same impact, it doesn't have the same technology, it doesn't have the same effort at the same time, and at the end of the day, it doesn't have the same risk in the health as it has been proven scientifically. Therefore, it must be logical that it has a differentiated, proportionated, let's say, regulation on it. And in that respect, while we are participating with great transparency and let's say, data-based positions on different forums preaching about these kind of things, at the same time, we are actually supporting the EU proposal, the European Commission proposal, which is actually promoting a higher regulation, taxation into combustible cigarettes, and proportionated, hence lower taxation into the smoke-free products. So again, we have to see what's the target here. And if the target is take out cigarettes off the picture, then let's act accordingly about it.
Last question, since innovation is nothing without people, and PMI received the certificate top employer for 9 years in a row now. What's the secret behind this?
Again, I will go back to culture. Because there is a specific focus into this company that is focusing to the person, okay? It's focusing to the person, and it's remarkable when you get inside, you're getting shocked how much organization exists behind this, behind your personal growth. We are growing in Bulgaria. The last 5 years, we doubled the amount of people that are working for us. And this is happening, I would say, because the young people right now, they are not asking what am I going to do. They are asking what is what does it matter actually what I do, and it feels that we have the answer to that, and we welcome the people coming inside our organization, and we have all these programs that they can provide them the support to go. A project that we are running is the so-called Impact, where young professionals are coming in PMI and they're working for a purpose. So this has been quite successful, I would say.
Looks like this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your participation, and good luck.
Thank you very much, National. Thank you, everybody.